folks, before we dive into another No BS episode with your favorite cousin Vinny, let me show you something real nice. Look at this beauty right here. Bam! The official My Cousin Vinny keychain. Stainless steel, heavy duty, custom made, and badass. You can slap it on your keys, your bag, or hell, pop it on a chain and wear it like a pendant. Classy, right? Only $25 US and includes free shipping anywhere in North America. Anywhere else in the world, just toss in $5 more for shipping. That's it. Now check this out. We got the My Cousin Vinny shirt too. Full color, custom made, all sizes available, 95% polyester and 5% spandex blend, and it looks friggin' amazing. Just $35 US, same deal, free shipping in North America and $5 extra international. You want one? Easy. Since we don't have a store yet, just go to paypal.me/dualped and send the payment. Make sure to include your full name, full address, phone number, and shirt size. Shirts take about 2 to 3 weeks to show up, unless the post office decides to go on vacation. All of this helps support the channel and keeps these killer videos coming. Let's go, baby.
Let me tell you something. You ever seen a list of people who all just so happen to end up dead after messing with one family? I have. It's called the Clinton body count. And this shit ain't coincidence, baby. It's clearance.
You know what this is, fellas? This is what you get when you mix politics with a fucking wood chipper. These ain't car accidents, these are warnings.
50-plus deaths, all connected to Bill and Hillary Clinton in one way or another. Some of them talked, some of them were going to talk, and all of them gone.
Gone with no answers, no charges, no coverage, just silence.
All right, buckle up. We're starting from the top of the fucking morgue list.
Okay, here we go. We start off first with James McDougal, co-owner of Whitewater Development Corp., business partner to the Clintons. Guy knew where all the bodies were buried, figuratively and maybe literally. Got caught up in the Whitewater investigation, turned witness for Ken Starr.
He flipped. He was gonna squeal like a fucking pig, Lester.
Exactly. Testified against Clinton. Then what? Gets locked up, thrown in solitary, and dies of a sudden heart attack in a federal prison while cooperating.
Sudden? Please, that was a delayed fucking execution.
The only thing sudden is how quick he got buried before he could finish his sentence, literally and legally.
They didn't silence the man, they deleted him.
Victim number 2, Mary Mahoney, White House intern, early 90s, worked during the first Clinton term. She was reportedly preparing to go public about harassment she witnessed, maybe even experienced.
She worked in the West Wing, Red, not some damn mailroom.
Just murdered, execution style, in a D.C. Starbucks. 3 bullets, no robbery, no motive, no suspects.
Starbucks? You get 3 to the chest over a fucking frappuccino.
She was gonna talk, probably had dates, names, and receipts. Then she ends up cold in a coffee shop and not a single fucking headline stuck.
She didn't spill the beans, they spilled her brains.
Victim number 3, Vince Foster, deputy White House counsel, longtime friend of Hillary Clinton, worked with her at the Rose Law Firm back in Arkansas. He was the inside guy, the legal brain.
And suddenly that brain's all over a park bench. Suicide my ass.
Official story, he shot himself in the mouth in Fort Marcy Park. No blood splatter where it should be, no gun residue. Papers from his office mysteriously disappeared right after his death, and guess who showed up to clean his office?
The same damn people who probably cleaned the crime scene.
Let me get this straight. The guy knee-deep in Clinton legal matters, stressing about it, talking to friends about being used, suddenly offs himself, yeah, okay, and I'm the fucking tooth fairy?
Only thing more suspicious than his death was the press conference that tried to explain it.
Victim number 4, Ron Brown, Secretary of Commerce, former DNC chairman. A Clinton insider was under investigation for corruption and reportedly ready to cut a deal.
Oh, he was about to sing like Sinatra. Next thing you know, boom, plane crash.
35 people died, but Ron's the only one with a hole in his head that looked like a bullet wound. Autopsy photo mysteriously disappeared.
Name went down in Croatia. They say it was weather. But a guy with a gunshot wound don't die from clouds, baby.
You ever notice how cooperating witness is just another way of saying soon-to-be corpse around the Clintons?
He tried to make a deal and ended up a headline.
Victim number 5, C. Victor Razor 2, National Finance co-chairman for Bill Clinton's 1992 campaign, helped raise millions. Powerful D.C. connection, died in a private plane crash just months before the election.
Another fucking plane? What are the odds?
Weather was fine, no technical issue found, but poof, he and his son are dead. Major loss to the Clinton campaign, and a guy who probably knew every donor and every deal.
Sometimes the pilot don't crash the plane. The passenger list does.
With these two, if your name's too close to the top of the donor list, it ends up on a fucking tombstone. That's 5 names. 5 people tied tight to the Clintons, and they're all dead.
The Clinton trail ain't politics. It's a fucking obituary section.
And we've got 45 more. Time to keep digging.
5 down, 45 to go. At this point, I ain't looking at coincidences. I'm looking at patterns Rico style.
Keep flipping them pages, Lester. Let's see who else tripped into a fucking grave.
Next file's a guy who worked directly with the Clintons and vanished into history. Victim number 6, Paul Tooley, Democratic National Committee political director, big-time strategist, helped guide Clinton's path to the presidency.
So, one of the brains behind the machine?
Exactly. Clinton called him a dear friend and trusted advisor. Then in 1992, right before the election, he's found dead in a hotel room in Little Rock.
No autopsy, no foul play, no nothing. Just natural causes in a zipped-up bag.
Natural causes my ass. That's political timing wrapped in a fucking bedsheet.
I bet the minibar was full, but the medical records were empty.
Victim number 7, Ed Wheely, fundraiser, connected to Clinton's finances. On the very same day his wife, Kathleen Wheely, accuses Bill Clinton of groping her in the Oval Office, Ed goes missing.
And shows up dead. In the woods. Shot in the fucking head. Ruled a suicide.
Timing is everything, huh?
It was under massive financial pressure, sure, but the fact that on the exact day his wife testifies, it smells worse than a D.C. parking garage in July.
The Clintons don't do coincidences, they do cleanups.
And this one had bleach on it.
Victim number 8, Jerry Parks, head of Clinton's gubernatorial security team in Arkansas. He was keeping a dossier on Bill, following his movements, women, finances, shady dealings.
Hold up. You mean to tell me this guy was building a blackmail file?
Allegedly. He even told his wife if anything happened to him to release the file. But he got gunned down, mob style, in 1993 while driving home.
Clinton wins the presidency, Parks dies within weeks. Dossier disappears like it never existed.
Every time someone builds a file on these fucking people, they end up zip-clipped and rip off the record.
They're not deleting emails, they're deleting lives.
Victim number 9, Seth Rich, DNC data analyst, young, worked on voter expansion data. Word is he might have been the one who leaked the DNC emails to WikiLeaks in 2016.
Would they call it a botched robbery, right?
Yep, except his wallet, phone, watch, and cash were all still on him. Nothing taken, just shot in the back, twice in the middle of D.C.
That's not robbery, that's a hit. That's shut your fucking mouth in 9mm.
And the media? Radio fucking silence. FBI? Sat on his laptop like it was radioactive.
He had files, that's what got him filed under unsolved.
It's victim number 10, Jong Esch, former UN General Assembly president, caught up in a corruption scandal connected to Clinton Foundation donor Nung Lap Seng.
So Clinton Foundation money trail guy.
Was scheduled to testify in court. Before he could, barbell accident.
Wait, what the fuck is a barbell accident?
You know, one of those common. Tripped and crushed your fucking windpipe with gym equipment while prepping court testimony. Accidents.
Dead before trial. And just like that, the Clinton donor trail cools off.
With these two, you're safer skydiving with no parachute than talking in a courtroom.
There's 10 names, 10 graves, and not one fucking indictment.
We ain't talking conspiracy anymore. We're talking fucking statistics.
And I still got a stack of folders this thick, ready for the next 5.
Hell yeah. Let's keep counting the Clinton casualties.
All right, fellas, 10 down. And what do we got? Plane crashes, headshots, barbells, and bullet wounds with no fingerprints. You telling me this ain't organized?
The shit got more structure than a mob family with a government pension.
Next batch includes a Kennedy. Yeah, that Kennedy. Okay, next victim, number 11, John F. Kennedy Jr., publisher of George magazine. Rumors say he was considering a run for the New York Senate seat in 2000, the same one Hillary Clinton was eyeballing.
Oh, come the fuck on. That ain't even subtle.
Dies in a mysterious plane crash with his wife and sister-in-law. No black box, no distress call. Media buried the story in tragic accident headlines.
That ain't a crash. That's a fucking power move with a pilot license.
JFK Jr. runs, Hillary stays home. JFK Jr. dies, Hillary wins the seat. If that don't stink to high heaven, you need your nose examined.
Next victim, is number 12, Susanna Coleman, Arkansas woman, rumored to have had an affair with Bill Clinton when he was Attorney General.
Let me guess, she died happy and old.
Shot in the head, ruled suicide. She was reportedly pregnant, some say with Clinton's child.
Every time one of these women gets close to making a headline, the only thing they deliver is a fucking obituary.
Pregnant? Suicide? This ain't a tragedy, this is a fucking mop job.
Victim number 13, Kathy Ferguson, ex-wife of Arkansas State Trooper Danny Ferguson, the guy named in Paula Jones' sexual misconduct lawsuit against Clinton.
Let me guess, she was about to speak up.
She publicly supported Paula Jones. Then in 1994, found dead in her living room. Gunshot to the head, ruled suicide, suitcases packed like she was about to leave.
She wasn't packing for a vacation. She was packing for protection.
She backed the wrong story and ended up boxed.
Victim number 14, Bill Shelton, Arkansas State Trooper, fiancé of Kathy Ferguson, was reportedly upset about her death, publicly questioned the suicide ruling.
And let me guess, now he's fucking dead too?
Bingo. Gunshot to the head, ruled suicide, found near Kathy's grave.
They say he did it because he was sad. I say somebody made sure his sadness was permanent.
We're not talking grief here. We're talking insurance. Witness protection. Clinton style.
Victim number 15, Florence Martin, accountant, subcontractor for the CIA, handled financial records connected to Barry Seal and the Mena, Arkansas drug ops when Clinton was governor.
Oh, great. Another one with too many fucking receipts.
Found dead, gunshot wounds, nothing stolen.
Ain't it funny how every time someone gets close to Mena, they get eliminated like a fucking overdue tax write-off?
Florence handled black budget shit. Money that wasn't supposed to exist. And now, neither does she.
This ain't a body count, this is a fucking extermination schedule.
From side flings to Senate threats, everybody who gets in their way ends up on a fucking slab.
And we still got stacks left.
Let's keep digging. Part 4 coming up. You know what I've been thinking? If all these people had invested in life insurance instead of loyalty to the Clintons, their families would be sitting on fucking gold.
Loyalty's a liability in Clinton world. You start talking, you start dying.
Next one was an investigative journalist. He had something big. Next victim is number 16, Danny Casolaro, independent reporter investigating a sprawling government corruption ring he called the Octopus. It involved the Clintons, CIA, NSA, and Iran-Contra players.
You go poking octopuses, you better have backup or a fucking scuba suit.
In 1991, he was about to meet a source. He checks into a hotel in West Virginia. A few days later, they find him in a bathtub, wrist slashed 12 times, ruled suicide.
12 times? What kind of man slits his own wrist 12 fucking times and doesn't stop after one?
That's not suicide. That's message sending, mob style. Don't fuck with the system.
Next victim is number 17, Paul Wilshire, attorney, sent a 100-page affidavit to Janet Reno about government corruption, naming Mena Airport, CIA, drug running, and Clinton ties.
So he named names and wrote a damn book?
Was working with Danny Casolaro, found dead in his D.C. apartment, sitting on the toilet, 3 weeks, decomposed, letter in hand. Cause of death never officially determined.
Ain't no coincidence he died like that. They caught him mid-sentence.
He opened the wrong folder and they closed him.
Victim number 18 is Barbara Wise, Commerce Department staffer, worked with Ron Brown and John Huang, found dead, half naked in her office. Bruises all over her.
Let me guess, no foul play?
Officially, no evidence of wrongdoing. Body was found during Thanksgiving weekend, 1996.
She worked directly under 2 guys who also died mysteriously. That ain't a department. It's a fucking death squad.
Every time somebody even types the word commerce around the Clintons, they end up zipped in a fucking body bag.
Victim number 19, Charles Misser, Assistant Secretary of Commerce, approved John Huang's security clearance, the guy tied to the legal fundraising for the Clintons.
So basically, he opened the fucking gate for shady money to flood in.
Soon after, dead. Plane crash. Same as Ron Brown. Same pattern.
Commerce again. They should just rename that place Terminal Office Space.
One by one, the guys who helped the Clintons cut corners, they're cut down.
Next victim is number 20, Dr. Stanley Hurd, personal chiropractor to Bill and Hillary, chairman of the National Chiropractic Healthcare Advisory Committee, was investigating something, never said what, traveling with his attorney.
I already smell a plane crash.
Bingo, small aircraft, crashed in Virginia. Both killed, no mayday, no explanation.
When your fucking back doctor ends up in a crater, you know you're rolling with some bad people.
Clintons ain't just untouchable, they're untraceable. They leave bodies, not evidence. You don't even need a theory. The numbers do all the fucking talking.
And we ain't even halfway done. Next batch has got a drug pilot, 2 teens on train tracks, and another banker. You ready?
Road up, baby. Part 5's about to get ugly.
You ever notice how every time the Clintons are near a runway, somebody ends up 6 feet under?
This next one's all about Mena, Arkansas, a little airport with a whole lot of dead weight attached to it.
The kind of airport where the baggage ain't carry-ons. It's cocaine and corpses.
Moving on to victim number 21, Barry Seal, big-time drug smuggler, flew for the Medellin cartel, then flipped and became a DEA informant. He ran ops out of Mena, Arkansas, when Clinton was governor.
Wait. Clinton's Arkansas was the fucking Narcos Netflix series?
Seal knew everything, names, routes, deals, and reportedly had dirt that could tie government officials to cartel cash, including some names you know damn well.
Then boom, 1986. Shot to death in Baton Rouge. 3 Colombians arrested, but the real question is, who the fuck told him where he'd be?
He was supposed to have protection. Instead, he got perforated.
Seal wasn't just a pilot. He was a ticking time bomb.
Next, we have 2 victims, numbers 22 and 23, Kevin Fervez and Don Henry. 2 Arkansas teenagers, August 23, 1987, found dead on train tracks. Initial ruling, they fell asleep.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. Who naps on train tracks?
Witnesses said they saw a low-flying plane that night, possibly a drug drop from Mena. Theory is the boys stumbled onto the drop site. Next thing you know, they're dead.
Later autopsy showed one had a crushed skull, the other stabbed in the back. That's not sleeping. That's silence.
Their deaths got linked to Mena, to Seal, to Clinton's state apparatus. And suddenly, the investigation dies with them.
They weren't just kids. They were collateral damage.
Next victim is number 24, Victor Thorne. Author, researcher, investigative bulldog, wrote a trilogy of books on the Clintons, deep dives into corruption, cover-ups, and murder allegations.
Oh, so he basically wrote the fucking script we're reading from.
Exactly. Said publicly, if I'm ever found dead, it wasn't suicide. It's fast forward to 2016. Self-inflicted gunshot on his birthday ruled suicide.
On his birthday? Nah, that's a fucking hit with a candle on top.
He built a timeline, connected the dots, and they erased the pencil.
Now on to victim number 25. Who else other than Jeffrey Epstein? You know the name. Billionaire pedophile, tied to Bill Clinton by at least 26 flights on the Lolita Express. Visited the island, donated to the foundation.
Guy knew secrets about half of Washington, but especially the Clintons.
2019. Arrested, talked about cooperating. Next thing you know, dead in his cell, cameras malfunction, guards asleep, paper sheets strangle him.
Suicide? He couldn't kill time, let alone himself.
Clinton says he never saw anything suspicious. Must have been hard to see, sitting behind Epstein's private jet window in fucking sunglasses.
The only thing longer than Epstein's guest list is the Clinton body list.
You feel that? We just crossed into the heavy shit. This ain't politics anymore. It's organized fucking crime.
Airport ops, assassinations, body bags, and billionaires. Ain't no more coincidences. It's a fucking catalog.
And we've still got another 25 to go.
Pour the drinks. Load the files. Part 6 is next. You know what gets me? You got Epstein dead, the island scrubbed clean, and not a single fucking indictment for anybody who flew there 20 times. Not one.
Makes you wonder how many closets these people got, and how many of them ain't holding coats.
Let's talk about the ones who got too close and got closed. Victim number 26, Christopher Sine, TV journalist. Broke the story in 2016 about Bill Clinton meeting privately with then Attorney General Loretta Lynch on the tarmac in Phoenix while Hillary was under investigation.
Oh yeah, that bullshit. Bill says they were just talking about grandkids. Yeah? While Hillary's email server's melting in the background?
That story blew up. Sine got death threats, had to move his family. He wrote a book called Secret on the Tarmac.
Then what? June 2021, he's found dead. Ruled a suicide.
The guy who blew the lid off the biggest backroom deal of the fucking decade suddenly offs himself?
You exposed the Clintons, you expired shortly after.
Next victim is number 27, Mark Middleton, Clinton advisor helped schedule visits between Bill Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein at the White House back in the 90s.
So he was the gatekeeper to the freak show.
Left the White House under scandal, but in 2022, Middleton's found dead on a ranch, rope around his neck, shotgun blast to the chest, and no gun found at the scene.
Wait, shotgun to the chest and hung himself? What the fuck is this, an escape room?
No gun found either. It's not a suicide, it's a fucking statement.
Victim number 28, John Hillier, investigative reporter known for digging into Clinton corruption in the early days, especially around Mena, Arkansas.
Another guy tied to that airport? I'm starting to think Mena was built on a fucking ancient burial ground.
Reportedly had evidence of arms and drug smuggling linked to government agencies, died mysteriously in 1996 while still investigating.
No medical mystery. You dig him to Mena, you dig your own fucking grave.
Every time someone chases that airport, they land face first in a coffin.
Next victim is number 29, Stanley Huggins, law professor and attorney, investigated the collapse of Madison Guaranty Savings and Loan, the same company tied to the Clintons during the Whitewater scandal.
Let me guess, another fucking whistle ready to blow?
He was writing a full report on the scam before he could finish. Dead. 1994. Cause, pneumonia. His widow disputes it to this day.
Pneumonia, huh? A lot of that going around people tied to Clinton real estate scams.
His documents never saw daylight, but his body sure did.
Next victim is number 30, Ursula Friday, attorney, big-time fundraiser for the Clintons, talked to the press about internal campaign dealings, died in a plane crash in 1994.
Another fundraiser, another fucking flight that don't land.
Weather was clear, no mechanical problems, plane just went down. One of a string of Clinton donors who died mid-campaign cycle.
The only campaign promise they kept. No one talks. Ever again.
People forget the Clintons didn't just collect donations. They collected secrets. And that shit don't fly coach.
These ain't rabbit holes, they're fucking sinkholes. And half of DC's in them.
We still got 20 left. More lawyers, more bankers, more reporters.
Then what the fuck are we waiting for? Let's roll part 7. If we laid out every Clinton corpse on this list end to end, it'd stretch from DC to fucking Havana.
And this next group, all tied to election season. Lawsuits, data, testimony, all dead. Next victim is number 31, Sean Lucas, process server. Delivered a lawsuit against the DNC for rigging the 2016 primaries against Bernie Sanders.
Oh, I remember this kid. He made a video of himself serving the papers. Fucking proud, smiling like, gotcha.
A month later, dead, found on his bathroom floor. Mixture of fentanyl, kratom, and caffeine. Ruled accidental.
What kind of guy takes a victory lap with a death cocktail?
He served the fucking DNC, and they served him a toe tag.
That wasn't an accident. That was a fucking refund policy.
Next victim is number 32, Joe Montano, national chair of the DNC right before W. Wasserman Schultz, close Clinton ally, died just after the DNC email leak went public in 2016.
So let me get this straight. Emails leak, people panic, and this guy drops dead?
Heart attack at 47. No known major health issues.
Sounds like somebody emails his fucking pacemaker.
I ain't saying Hillary hit the button, but I wouldn't be surprised if she owned the button.
Next we have victim number 33, Klaus Ibraun, Haitian government official, scheduled to testify about Clinton Foundation corruption in Haiti, millions in aid money missing.
You start talking about where the Clinton money went in Haiti, and you might as well dig your own fucking grave.
Found in a Miami hotel room, gunshot wound to the head, ruled suicide just a week before his testimony.
All these suicides are not a single fucking note. You ever see so many people die quiet?
Quiet's how the Clintons like it.
Next on the list is victim number 34, Peter W. Smith. GOP operative publicly admitted he was trying to get Hillary's deleted emails from dark web sources, had contacts allegedly connected to Trump's camp.
Oh yeah, this guy was on a mission. Had researchers, tech guys, full op.
Found dead in 2017. Suicide by helium. Left a note saying no foul play whatsoever.
That's the weirdest fucking way to die. Helium? What was he, a balloon animal?
No foul play? Man, that sounds like a note somebody else wrote with gloves on.
Well, next on the list is victim number 35, the one and only Anthony Bourdain, the world-renowned chef, TV host spoke out about Harvey Weinstein, took shots at Hillary's hypocrisy during the Me Too movement.
Didn't he say Hillary was shameful in how she handled it?
Yep, June 2018, found dead, hanging, ruled suicide.
The man had a full career. Global show, new episodes lined up, book deals. Just happens to die right after trashing Clinton's image. Bullshit.
They didn't take him out for what he cooked, they took him out for what he said.
But what's the body count up to now? More than most fucking hurricanes.
The DNC should come with a Surgeon General's warning. May cause fatal outcomes if you serve lawsuits or speak truth.
We're down to the final 15. And trust me, the closer we get to the core, the messier it gets.
Then let's get messy. Part 8 coming up. We're getting into the bodies nobody wants to talk about. These are the ones they buried with silence.
With silence, and a note taped to their chest that says, "Don't ask questions."
Let's dig in, boys. These ain't just deaths. These are red flags with toe tags.
The next on the list is victim number 36, David Rayner, FBI special agent, reportedly investigating Clinton email ties and possibly links between Hillary and a Baltimore detective's suspicious death.
And just like that, he ends up dead.
March 2018. Found in his home, stab wounds and gunshots. They ruled it a suicide.
Well, hold the fuck up. He stabbed himself and shot himself? What's next? He drove over himself too?
You don't suicide yourself twice, Lester. That's a fucking hit with a government-issued Sharpie to rewrite the narrative.
Victim number 37, Seth Rich. We mentioned him earlier, but let's break it down clean.
DNC data analyst, 2016. Shot in the back, 2 bullets, nothing stolen. Watch, wallet, phone, all untouched.
Rumored to be the source of the DNC email leak, WikiLeaks offered a reward for info on his murder.
But the FBI said robbery gone wrong. The media said nothing to see here, and his laptop gone, like his case.
He didn't get mugged, he got deleted.
Victim number 38, Victor Thorne. We mentioned this guy earlier as well, but let's talk about him further. He wrote 3 books on the Clintons. Deep dive, no fluff, tied him to everything from Whitewater to sex scandals.
Said flat out, if I end up dead, I didn't do it. That's in his fucking interview, you could look it up.
Died from a gunshot wound on his birthday, ruled suicide.
That's the message, not a meltdown.
When you write the book on Clinton corruption, don't be shocked if your life ends in the fucking acknowledgments.
Next victim is number 39, John Ashey. Another critical recap. Clinton Foundation, UN official, caught up in a Clinton Foundation bribery probe, scheduled to testify in court in just days.
Let me guess, died at a fucking salad bar.
Close. Crushed his throat with a barbell, alone in his home gym.
I've been in the gym 40 years. Ain't never seen a barbell commit murder.
It wasn't a workout, it was a fucking takedown.
Next on the list is victim number 40, Charles Ruff. Clinton's lead attorney during impeachment defended him through the Monica Lewinsky scandal, knew everything.
Another insider who had dirt with a capital D.
2000 dead, heart attack, no investigation, no further questions.
You know what I learned doing this rundown? If you ever get a job near the Clintons, keep your will updated and your affairs in order.
Charles was the legal firewall. When the job was done, so was he. We're 40 deep, and every damn one of them's got the same fucking fingerprint. Power, silence, and bodies.
People say it's just politics. No, motherfucker. This is selective extinction.
And we still got 10 names left, 10 more people who didn't make it to the next chapter after standing too close to the Clintons.
Let's close this out strong. Part 9, fire it up. You know what bothers me the most? Half these people died trying to do the right thing. And the other half, they just knew too much.
Wrong place, right time, and boom, into the grave they go.
This next batch, these were the ground floor guys. The Arkansas crew. The ones who watched the Clinton machine go from dirty deals to DC.
Okay, now back to a victim we had earlier. This is number 41, Jerry Luther Parks. We are revisiting him for further breakdown. Security chief for Clinton during his days as Arkansas governor. He was collecting a dossier, surveillance, movements, affairs, all of it.
He knew where the skeletons were before they hit the fucking closets.
After Clinton won the presidency, Parks got nervous, told people he was being followed, then, 1993, shot 9 times while driving through Little Rock.
9 shots? That ain't random. That's professional.
And the dossier? Vanished. Just like the outrage.
Victim number 42, Stanley Huggins. revisited briefly for placement, assigned to investigate Madison Guaranty Savings and Loan. This man had real findings, deep financial fuckery tied to Whitewater.
Let me guess. He caught a sudden case of too many questions.
Died suddenly in 1994. Cause, viral pneumonia. His widow never bought it.
These bankers drop faster than stocks in a fucking recession.
Victim number 43, Herschel Friday, lawyer, powerful Clinton fundraiser, high-level ties to campaign financing.
Another guy who opened doors and probably saw what was behind him.
1994, plane crash, another convenient one. He was being considered for a federal judgeship.
They say, you want the bench? Nah, motherfucker, you get the ground.
When fundraisers start falling from the sky, you know the books ain't balanced.
Victim number 44, Steve Dixon, little-known Clinton campaign staffer, deeply involved in 94 ground operations, found dead under unclear circumstances.
That's the part that always gets me. Unclear circumstances. That's political code for we don't want to talk about it.
No press, no probe, no pressure, just gone.
It was part of the machine until he wasn't. Victim number 45, John Hillier. One more time for clarity, referenced by multiple sources. Investigative reporter. Dug into Mena, Arkansas. Dug into Clinton money. Dug into CIA smuggling ops. And then he died.
They never said how. Just that he stopped breathing and the story stopped printing.
He was chasing the truth, and the truth chased him back with a fucking shovel.
45 fucking dead. And the Clintons still walk red carpets like nothing happened.
If the body count had a zip code, it'd be called Clintonville.
Final batch coming up. The last five. 5 more ghosts. 5 more reasons to never trust coincidence.
Part 10. Final round. Let's take it home. 45 names, and somehow no one ever goes to jail. Not a fucking hearing, not even a traffic ticket.
Final 5, boys. Let's do right by them.
Let's finish what the media won't dare say out loud.
Victim number 46, Paul Wiltshire. Back for proper summary. Attorney wrote a 100-plus page report detailing corruption, drug smuggling, and links to Mena. Sent it to Janet Reno.
That was his last delivery, huh?
Found dead on his toilet. Fully dressed, decomposed for 3 days. Report said no clear cause of death.
He named names, now he's just a name on the list.
He had more dirt than a cemetery. Now he's part of it.
Victim number 47, Florence Martin, accountant, handled offshore transactions tied to Barry Seal and Mena. May have had evidence of CIA and Clinton money laundering.
Accountants don't get shot unless the numbers don't add up.
Shot multiple times, no robbery, no suspects, no headlines.
She tracked the money, they tracked her down.
You don't follow Clinton money unless you got a death wish or a will.
Victim number 48, Edith Willey. Clinton fundraiser. His wife, Kathleen, accused Bill of groping her in the Oval Office.
And Ed conveniently kills himself the same day she goes public, please.
Gunshot to the head, ruled suicide, found in the woods, financial pressure, they said.
You know what kind of pressure makes a guy die the same day his wife accuses the president? The kind with silencers.
Victim number 49, Charles Misner. Assistant Secretary of Commerce gave John Huang, Clinton-connected fundraiser, his security clearance.
So he opened the fucking door, and then what? Fell out of plane.
Plane crash, another one, just like Ron Brown, just like Herschel Friday, just like Razor.
How many Clinton allies got to fall out of the sky before someone checks the manifest?
And our final victim is number 50, Dr. Stanley Hurd, chairman of the National Chiropractic Healthcare Advisory Committee, treated Bill and Hillary personally.
So their fucking chiropractor gets killed too?
Died in a small plane crash with his lawyer. They were reportedly working on a healthcare matter tied to White House policy.
They were just trying to align spines. Instead, they got aligned with the fucking gravestone.
Even the backcracker didn't make it out alive. 50 names, 50 deaths, all tied to the Clintons. And they still call it a conspiracy theory.
This ain't a theory. It's a fucking body ledger.
We didn't solve it, but we sure as fuck exposed it.
You make up your own mind, folks. But if my name ever ends up on a list, you know exactly who to blame.
This was brought to you by Chris Dallas and Celebrity Recreations, where the fake media ends and the truth begins.
Yeah, so do the right thing. Comment, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe, because nobody else has the guts to do what we do here on this channel. And one last note before we close. After we completed this video, we came across even more names. Men who served as Clinton bodyguards and who are now dead. Major William S. Barkley, Jr., Captain Scott J. Reynolds, Sergeant Brian Hanley, Sir Tim Sable, Major General William Robertson, Colin Wout William Densberger, Colin Robert Kelly Speck, Gary Rhodes, Steve Willis, Robert Williams, Conway LeBleu, and Todd McKeon. 12 more names, 12 more unexplained deaths. We didn't include them in the main breakdown because we found out after this project was already done, but rest assured, they'll be in the next one. And now, we're all out of here.